Yeah, that our dream support slot. If like the bucket list item for this band, like we've always wanted to support Foo Fighters. Like we've just like how can we get to support Foo Fighters? That's one of our goals as a band.
Yeah,
We can
well,
do that. We'll be done afterwards.
see, Foo Fighters are a band that they don't pick support bands that you would necessarily expect.
No, they don't. No,
And they do pick support bands that a lot of people might not have heard of.
Definitely.
yeah.
You know,
I actually toured with Shifty in my old band with Beat Union. He was doing Jackson United, and what was beautiful about that run of shows, we did a run of US shows with him, was that like it's always the drummer that's the tour manager, right? The driver and the tour manager. It's been my entire life, and so like at that time I was like drums and driving. That was me driving and TM. And interestingly, for Jackson United, he was doing it all himself, right? Like you got a Foo Fighter who's in like arguably one of the biggest bands on the planet, right? And he's driving, tour managing, and I remember him saying like, "Let's switch numbers," and it's like, "Let's just coordinate and make sure we caravan every day and make sure we both got what we need." And I was just like, "This to me is mind blowing that I'm working with someone on this level who's like not scared to roll up his sleeves, get on the road, do it himself." Right? He had his I think he had his nephew playing in a band. One of the lads, the drummer out of Mighty Boss Tones, was in a band, and I don't remember who the other guy was, but they smashed it every night, and it was so refreshing to work with somebody on such a high level that was willing to play shithole toilet venues, play a punk rock show, and like just be a human being. You know what I mean? It was awesome. So,
Dude, he's still doing the same thing now. My friend Fox plays bass in his band now. And he was like, he just TMs and drives everything. They just get in a split band with minimal gear, just like little combos each. And they just go and play any shithole around America. And Chris Shiflett just rolls up like, it's just like, "Hey, how's it going?" I'm just like, "What's up, dude?" And he just runs everything. So it's mental to me.
there you go. Well, when you hit the big time, remember that. Keep it humble.
Yeah, I know.
100%.
So let's get some quick fire questions about your music taste out of the way. What do you think is the album, each of you, that you've listened to the most in your life?
Nirvana. Oh, no, actually, Foo Fighters.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
That is a banger record. Yeah. Probably Siamese Dream or Pablo Honey. Like those things just had such a mega impact. Like I can't even describe it. Changed my life. I was British indie kid listening to British indie music, The Farm, like Charlatans, all of that stuff in the 90s, because that's the scene my dad was in. And then along comes Gish and took my head clean off, and I was like, what is this? And then boom, there I am. Nirvana, Alice in Chains, Pumpkins, grunge guy. So
yeah, nice.
I'm a grunge guy now.
It was kind of similar for me, but I went from more like metal to grunge. Yeah, I was listening to like a lot of Guns N' Roses and stuff like that, and then suddenly Alice in Chains. So yeah.
I mean, Guns N' Roses is my dad listened to Guns N' Roses, so that was in my life. It's legendary band.
Yeah. So what about new music? What's the last thing that excited you that you've heard?
There's a Swedish band called Throne that I really like at the moment. They're very heavy. Everything they seem to release at the moment, I'm pretty much into. Oh man, that's quite tough. What's the best thing this year? You have to come back to me on that, Luke. You go.
So I'm actually wearing a high vis shirt. Like I got into high vis about 12, 18 months ago, maybe something like that. And basically, like I heard Walking Wires, and I was like, "Fuck." Like it kind of took me back to some of those indie roots, right? But it's got this hardcore tinge to it. And then Trauma Bonds just followed through and smashed my head off when they put that. So I've been on a big like high vis kick. But my Spotify discovery is usually pretty good about my taste and putting things on my radar that I need to hear. And so bands that I already know, like Dirty Nil just released Am I the Menace? And that opening guitar is so like it's so Killing Joke Geordie guitar tone, like it instantly grabbed me. and I've been in on that tune a lot. That's been getting some heavy rotation. So we obviously love Dirty Nil. We toured with them last year. And then, you know, on top of that, there's a lot of like smaller bands that I've just been getting into. There's a band from the UK called Shit Present. Fucking love that band. Don't know if you know that band.
It's a great name.
There's a band from France called Perish. Absolutely love that band. They've been like on the radar. On the heavier side, there's a East Coast band called Days Spent. They've got a song out called Best Wishes that is the heaviest bass tone that I've ever heard in a song. I'm like, all I want to do is mug that bass tone off for a Lowlives tune. I like it's so heavy. So I've been getting a lot of good stuff come through that I think, like, you know, obviously for a small artist, streaming services like can be rough in terms of money. And I know that the splits, there's a whole argument about that I won't even get into, but I will say equally on the other side, you know, juxtaposition wise, there's so many people that listen to our band that would have never in a million years found our band if there wasn't a digital format like these streaming services, right? So it's a double-edged sword. But anyway, Lee, you got some you want to
Well, I mean, you get like still everything Drug Church release is still, every single thing they release is still incredible to me, and we've obviously loved. That was one of the first. I mean, I think one of the first demos I ever sent to Luke was called Drug Church. Like, I think, like
that UK tour that we did with New Year's Day, the Drug Church Audio Tree had just come out, right? I don't know if you listen to Audio Tree, Steve, but it's
I do.
Phenomenal. The Drug Church Audio Tree, it's like 6 tunes. And we literally listened to that on rotation probably for 3 weeks straight between Tom Segura and Night Drive's comedy sessions. But we listened to that nonstop, right? And the tune Does It Work on that session is amazing because right at the top, his microphone cuts out. So it's so like on brand for what the song's about. And when the mic finally comes back in, he's just laughing. And I just, that whole release was so bang on.
But just everything they release too, still, like every single that comes out, you're like, this is fucking amazing still. Like, what the fuck?
They're really fun live too.
Yeah, really good live.
I saw it with the Bronx.
Nice.
Yeah, nice lineup.
Yeah,
that is a good lineup. How long ago was that? That was about 2 years ago, right?
Yeah, about 2 years ago.
2 or 3, yeah.
I think I've seen them twice. I can't remember who it was, the other one, but yeah, great band. Amazing. Well, it sounds like good things are happening. I'm excited to see what happens next with the album dropping and what's going on in the rest of the year. So yeah, good luck with it all.
Thanks for having us on, mate.
Maybe what they say